We're going to keep the fun rolling. In this video, we're going to talk about the simple moving average trading strategy. So in this notebook, I'm going to give you a good outline on how to get started. I'm going to use Y-Finance. I typically like using Alpha Vantage API, but I think Y-Finance is actually probably superior in just playing around and finding different strategies and practicing. I've been really enjoying it lately. We're going to grab some data and the usual suspects. What's nice about this is it doesn't really require any additional packages to run. So that's definitely a positive. What we're going to be doing is looking at Bitcoin to US dollar. We're going to be going from 2018 to end of February 2023. Now, the idea with the simple moving average is you set two rolling averages. One is short, one is long. And when they cross over one another is a signal that you should buy or go long, or vice versa. So it'll make more sense when we visualize it. So first, what you need to do is get a data frame that holds your adjusted close pricing, and then you want to create a column called, simple moving average. I called mine simple moving average short, and then the long one, just so I know which line is which when I visualize it. All of this right here in the next cell is just setting visualization standards for our plot. But we're going to plot the adjusted price in blue. This is the Bitcoin to US dollar. And then we have a simple moving average. Short is the green line, long is the red line. And for instance, when the short line crosses over the red line, that would be a signal to go long. When the red line crosses above the green line, that's a signal to go short. So we do have several instances where we would short over in here if we had a buying signal over in here, and then once the green line passes over the red line, where it's like, okay, let's go long and back and back and back and back. But for right now, our algorithm does not have any signal data. So what we need to do is create that position signal where we say when the short moving average is greater than the long moving average, you put a 1, otherwise it's a -1. So in the vice versa instance, the position is short. So 1 is long, -1 is short. We can plot that, and this signals, so the x-axis here is our dates of the year, and you can see it goes in between 1 and -1. So at the start of our graph, we're in a short position, and then we place a long position somewhere a little bit after 2019. We hold that position, and then we go back to a short. We have a little bit of a moment right after 2020 where we're going long again. Most of the rest of 2020 into 2021, we have a long period where we're going long, back to short. So this should ideally match what we're seeing above. So if we look here, shortly after 2020, we go long and we stay in this position well into 2021 when it crosses back under the red line. So this matches up with this. And this is just a visual form to indicate where our position is depending on the time of the year. Okay. So that's basically it. This is our visualization. We've put in our positions, we've put in our moving averages data, but now we need to calculate the log returns in vector form, and we can just calculate. We just create a returns column, and then we calculate the log of our adjusted close divided by the adjusted closed shift by 1, and we plot that as a histogram. You can see the fact that there are some negative returns is why there's so much room on this side, even though we can't see it. and it looks like it's normalized in the 0 position here. We want to calculate the log returns of the strategy as a whole, and we do that by taking the position and multiplying it by the returns. And then we add an exponential function to get the, we add exponential function to the sum of the returns in the strategy to get the returns for gross performance. And this might not look like much, but the returns is 3.7, strategy is 1.2, so the returns are outpacing our strategy here. We can use the cumulative sum for more granular performance. So when I say more granular performance, I'm saying by each day we can see the cumulative sum of the performance of our returns and strategy. And when we go to plot it, we get these two lines here. What this is saying is that the returns is outperforming our strategy. So now we're taking the cumulative sum of the returns from our strategy, and we apply an exponential application of that. And we can also take the cumulative max of our cumulative returns. We drop the missing values here. So the green line is just showing our maximum cumulative return, and we're ignoring these drawdowns here. We should have sold up here because we never really got back to this maximum. In the middle of 2019, our cumulative return maximum was never again reached. It's good to calculate the cumulative returns and then also visualize the cumulative max, because there is definitely a point in this strategy, even though our returns were outperforming our strategy, what this graph is telling us is that despite that, we had a point where the cumulative max was met, and we continued on, and we never cumulatively got back to that point. Now we've added quite a few different columns. We just started out with the adjusted close, and then we added the simple moving average short, simple moving average long. We added the position, and then you can see our returns, our strategy, cumulative return, cumulative max here as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be continuing to make more fundamental trading strategies. It seems like you guys really enjoy videos when I make videos about quantitative finance with Python, so I'll keep doing that. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.